Hi, I'm Sormaldo.
Guys,
What?
we deserve this. Our dad is now roasting us.
Okay.
Welcome to
Sormaldo.
Council's Corner. It's been another fun week. I'm Kitty.
I'm Meta.
I'm Sormaldo.
Budo.
Okay, Leaky.
I'm Neat.
And I'm Bonely. What's up? Excited to be here.
I also have
Excited.
the alias of Googly Eye Man. Just so you're aware, it's not well known, but that is my alias.
He is the googly man.
I was watching a movie earlier this week, and there's some googly eyes on some things, and like the character gets pissed at her, and she just smacks them off, says "No googly," and I've just instantly thought of you. I was like, yeah.
We need that as a sound clip for the soundboard. That would be great. Oh,
Well, you don't have to say it; you just have to type it, and then
Yeah.
Careful.
We're gonna get involved
Careful.
with that.
He went through all the work of making it a
Hey,
button, and
if
he's gonna
people
use it.
want to sit around and type Zenith in the chat over and over just so I do this,
You're welcome to.
then
Oh.
you know, yeah.
You can just have a whole
But
Pee-wee show.
that just means they have to
Gives you
watch
much
the whole
power to
show.
the
Oh my god. We're gonna get like filibustered. We're gonna try to have a conversation. Someone's gonna be like, I don't want them to talk about this. They're just gonna drop Zenith.
That's fine.
Feel it?
It'll
make us have to change topic because we're
You
being
just better
boring.
keep your hand on the button the whole episode.
I know, right?
Oh, there
You just called me boring. That's so mean.
it is.
She wanted you to shut up specifically.
Oh no!
Oh,
Look what you've
it's
done.
Just keep going.
Welcome to the
Keep
new
going.
show. It's broken the audio.
Oh, man. Hey, just keep going here.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You know what we need to do? I don't know if we can
Given us
price those
a
things out.
backlog.
We need to get like 5-cent super chats, and people pay a nickel and they can run the Zenith. Run the
Yeah, I
Zenith
agree
on
with
this.
that. You hear that, Syndicate? It's gonna start casting you.
If you want to interrupt me,
You'd have been-
if you want to bully me, you have to pay to bully me.
It would
First
be,
one's
it'd be
free.
she'd be hurting a quarter. That'd be a shiny quarter out of her pocket so far.
Heck yeah. Piece of bubblegum.
Yeah, that's right. Vapor,
What
what's up,
Vapor
man?
VR?
What's up, man?
yo.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
doing. Huh?
It is our show after all. It is Wednesday.
We're doing what we
chaos
do.
Siberian's
is
pretty
happening.
clear here.
It is the
Yeah.
chaos
It's-
show. We
it's
thought that
chaos.
the first half hour would clear the chaos
Currently-
up, but clearly it hasn't.
Yeah, I just
It just
accidentally
amplified.
had the idea to put Zenith in the chat to cut us off and tell us what because every
Saying
time
the
someone
V-word.
types that word, we play that sound and it interrupts us.
It's a problem, but the whole reason for the sound is to keep us from bringing up a certain topic.
Why? Is it because our first 5 episodes were us just literally ranting about it?
I thought you were about to say it. I messed up.
I know you
Oh.
did.
That's one in the bank.
Trapped you.
Preempted it. Preempted it.
So yeah,
Oh.
Oh, no. Yes, we played a lot of fucking
This episode is gonna have 0 replay value.
like I played that game. I randomly started a guild in that game, and it was like 130 people, and there was like a lot of people playing it. And then I'm telling you, like from that perspective, the game just went downhill. Like the gameplay loop became unsatisfying. Like there's a lot of people who really love the game. It's just I feel like
it's
I feel like I was
The
groomed
ninjas were
in the
shocked that
game,
we weren't playing
like to
anymore.
like it. Like I started the game and I was like, oh, the world is so beautiful because it's like the first like really open world, open space type VR game that really feels open. And then after that feeling dies, it's like you get in this loop of you don't feel like you earn all that much while you play. Like it doesn't have a long play span. After like hour like I don't know, 40. I know I had more than that. You kind of go, I've seen everything the game has. I'm just gonna see a different version of it now.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we
you didn't
spent
even
so much
try
time
playing it after hearing us talk to it about Surge for 10 seconds? Oh no. Oh no.
You might be able to
Look,
return
we
it. You
make
should get that money
valid
back.
points.
It
It's-
should be
We make
returned
It's
back.
valid
such a-
points about the game, though. We make valid points. You know,
But
a
it's
lot of it-
still a beautiful game. It's still a lot of fun. It's easily
is,
worth the
but
money.
you know
It's
what?
so
Right, but
easily
you
worth the
forget-
money.
You forget the
Doesn't
reason that we
listen to the
stopped
community.
Meta. Yes, that's the reason that we stopped, because when it was mentioned earlier on the Discord, you failed to mention that the reason we really went hard again on them was when they threatened the community with banning, and that started acting all crazy about us
Yeah,
trying
it turned
to
into like high school drama with the dev team.
we were
It was
trying to
stupid.
squeeze out the little fun that we could get from the fucking game as much as we could, even with all the stuff that was pissing us off. And the little bit that we were doing to have fun, they're like, "We'll ban you if you do that." We were like, "No," and
We were
got
one of
out.
the top 5 biggest guilds in their game, like, and they were like, "Fuck these guys." I told one of the developers straight up because I raised such a fuss in the official Discord that one of the developers
I remember that day.
started responding to me, and I told them to ban me right then and there because they had killed the fun of their game.
It's
Like-
true though. You know, it made it took it beyond the game with that shit they were doing, as opposed to just quietly fixing their shit. They kept making public announcements against
Like,
people that were in the
community
game
never
trying to
should-
have fun. And it's like everybody that was doing the shit they wanted to ban you for were all the people that play the game the most and care about the game the most. Like, you jump in there with the hardcore people that play every fucking day, and they were doing the things that they would consider bannable. It's like, who are you trying to isolate? It
But
makes
with
no
my-
sense.
We're pretty sure he is, actually. We've got a poll going. One of these days we'll find out. And then we'll know. We'll know for sure.
I mean, do you see emotion in this face?
He's
'Cause
got
if
a
the
little-
answer is no, then I might have something in common.
He's got a couple pounds. He's got a couple pounds on Zuckerberg, I feel like.
Savage. You know, keep it coming.
His shoulders are more
Take it.
blue too.
I could take.
But
Zuckerberg
yeah,
is
you know,
cute. That's
to
not an insult.
That's fair. He is. He's a fucking.
Zay,
twig.
what are you doing? Get the hell in here.
but yeah, back to talking about that game. You know, honestly, like now that I'm kind of over it and I'm just looking at it like, oh, that's another game that's on VR. The way it looks to me, like they're headed towards a future, and that future is not for the people that liked the game. That future is for people that will be buying headsets over the next 2 years. That's for people that are coming into it and didn't get to experience that, which sucks because, I mean, you know, we keep going. They alienated their whole player base, but the truth is they alienated 300 people, 500 people tops, you know?
Yeah, but who's going to promote? I mean, who really? They continue to
They're
even
competition.
recently alienate
The top
people.
V-
Who's gonna
the
promote
top-
their game.
The
Who's
top
gonna
VR
promote it?
streamers all still play it, and they all still say it's
Oh,
great, so it
it
doesn't
is-
matter.
How much are
That
they
is
getting
true.
paid?
So,
How much are
but-
they
but
getting
only-
paid?
They're also nominated for best VR game of
Yeah.
of the year.
I mean, when it comes down to it, whether we enjoy it because of our experience, it's still an amazing game. It's worth the money. I got 600 and
Look,
something
they're
hours out of
smart.
it. Like, that's a
They're smart with
lot
their
of play out of a
politics.
game,
Oh
man.
yeah, look, we all met in there. And we
Oh,
all
no.
had a great time in there. There it is. Are you gonna hit it?
Yo,
But we're-
look, I'm trying to be nice about it. Let me be honest with you. That game will steal your life, and then you'll look back and be like, "What did I accomplish?" Like the game
Well,
is boring.
well,
I
I
kept
wanted
trying to
to.
get to the next fun part.
Right. Well, meeting the group of people and being in the game, the thing that Zenith has going to where you can't take it away from them. Yes, I did say it. But like the thing that they have going for them that's very difficult to take away from them and is still very difficult to equivocate is having all those people in the game at the same time. We're still having a tough time trying to find a game that's decent that we can all play and meet people and be in a big community in the game beyond VR chat, beyond Rec Room. There's not really many games that has a ton of people that have
with a server that has people, like just see like tons of people running everywhere.
Like that experience in itself is really cool and interesting, and but you know it's only for how long. And the problem with this game for me always was that it was, you know, this whole MMO kind of format where it's supposed to continue and continue and continue, and it's like I don't think they built a platform to continue in the way that MMOs are supposed to continue. But I think it was a great game. It was a great game for what it was. But then after you're done, it doesn't have that stayability that they were promoting or that they would like. In my opinion.
It's also a very so they've done a little bit better of a job fixing it, but the same bugs that they had that were very simple, like some of them game-breaking bugs, like you could cast your ultimate over and over and over and over, and people would do it and just beat the boss, and just wouldn't be fun because you're a team of 30 people, one person does that, it's like whatever. But like those bugs were in the game for so long, and they were known, and they were not difficult to fix, and some of them are still in there. Like the game's been out for a while. People have, like Syndicate was telling me, like she gave a lot of feedback, and she felt like there wasn't any response to it, and you know, I just feel like there wasn't a respect for the player base that was actually playing the game they were making, and it's like, why are you making a game if you don't want people to if you don't want actual feedback on it? Like, if you just want it as like an artistic thing for you or whatever, like fine, but then don't go banning people for it. Like, just build.
Well, they don't care. They're very corporate minded. You know, you can tell they're nominated for awards. They got their streamers, certain people that I'm sure they're A, paying, B, doing things for, and it's like, you know, they are business minded. They're not leaning into the fun.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They absolutely they're being smart with their money and what they're trying to do, but they're not leaning into the long term. They're leaning into the short term. That's what I think, because long term they know that they're not going to be able to do all
I've got the exact opposite argument.
There's going to be other. By the time they get there, there's going to be other games that are way more advanced.
And they're going to hope they're. Sorry.
Go on.
They're going to hope they're more polished, because I mean that's what they've got. Because I mean we've got Elysia right around the corner now. Like I mean we've got to have the beta 1 coming up soon, or beta 2, whatever we're on now. I don't know. That's got to be coming up really soon. And I mean, I like to imagine they sit there and talk about it like, oh no, when this comes out, we're going to lose so much of our player base. Because right now they've got anyone that wants to play an MMO, they have to choose between. You've got Township Tale that kind of feels like it. You've got Orbis, which is an excellent MMO. It's just not my style and not.
Feels like those devs care about it. I will say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Orbis. Yeah. You've got RFVR, which right now is still just a demo, as far as I know, unless you like do their Patreon or something.
It's early access.
And then we'll have Elysia coming out at some time soon. I mean, there's not going to be a heavy MMO market unless one of the mobile MMOs decides to just port it to VR. Because there are a few mobile MMOs that are pretty good.
Right, but that's what I was saying, is that that's why they're leaning into things now, not towards the future, because they don't have competition now. So now is the time for them, and that's why they pushed it so early with so many problems and not having things, because I think they saw that there was a lack of a market there. And so they're leaning into doing things now. And
I think their initial early release 100% was so they could get out there and have the market cornered. The problem is they found people that genuinely loved the game that they have said fuck you to, and then they've got people that will come in and play it because it's one of the more polished, better MMOs on VR at that point in time. Not there now, but
Yeah.
you
Well, I
know, when
wonder
there's a
how long
selection
they
to choose from, they will be able to say they'll forget Orbis exists and they'll
So,
say
but
we've been the
what's
longest
going
running
to hurt
MMO in VR.
No, what's going to hurt them is that future creators will not have the constraints of starting on creating the game on weaker hardware. So they're going to have a harder time porting their player base over because they'll have an existing player base that has older hardware. Some of their players still use Quest 1, which is like they're starting to lose support for in general. Like the next creator can start planning for like Quest 3 or whatever for something that's not in development yet. And when that launches and their base game is built on a better engine, I think they're going to have a lot of competition. You know, I just don't think that's enough in the current state of the evolving technology field that is VR compared to like PC gaming has been over the last couple decades or console gaming with the speed of change and how it's been going lately. I don't think relying on staying polished versus what technology will be able to actually help you do from the start a year or two from now is worth the advantage in the industry at the moment. I just don't.
I mean, I still hold to this idea that I kind of feel like Zenith shit. I kind of feel like that game is
Look
a
what you did,
testing
chat.
ground.
You flooded
I'm-
our thing with Zenith. This episode was not supposed to be about Zenith. And now we're just talking about Zenith.
Oh, this is a shit.
And
show.
I don't even have to hear it. I can't hear my sound effects.
That's not
You're,
fair.
you're doing it
that's
to
not
yourself, man. But yeah, so Township Tale, I'm there with you. It definitely doesn't feel like an MMO. It's more like a interesting game. I don't know what you'd call it. It does have RPG elements. It does have MMO elements. It's got them, but it isn't anything. It's kind of its own thing.
Crafting game that's
It also hasn't been
that's
updated in a year and a half.
That's painful to hear.
They've done a couple updates.
Bug fixes.
Maybe not
no
major
content.
updates. Well, yeah. Sorry.
Zero
Yeah, that's
content.
it. But
I don't think
yeah,
it's meant to
we
be played in the same
we
way
spent
it is. It's more of like a. It feels more like an Animal Crossing type thing ish. I never. Played
yeah,
that,
that's
I get.
that's the vibe I get. But the crafting is crazy in that game. You're right. Like the blacksmithing and stuff like that, it seems really intense.
It is. That's why
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
just
try
released
it.
skins now.
I got into it. And another
So
player I was like, oh shit.
we jumped in for about 4 or 5 hours. I say we, it was me, Zay, Kay. Actually, Zay, did you even jump in with us? I think you jumped in for like 20 minutes, or you were gonna jump in and you never showed up. But
That's me, yeah.
so we started in one of the public servers, and I was getting yelled at and couldn't figure out how to do things. And I'm like, and I couldn't get a word out. And then I like just backed out so I could try to learn things on my own. And I jumped back in once I figured it out, and I couldn't find Kay. And she's like, some guy just kept teleporting me everywhere. He wouldn't leave me alone. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to be stuck in this. So we started our own server and played it for a few hours and got absolutely nothing done. So we tried to blacksmith one thing, and we couldn't figure out the lathe. We tried to chisel that wood so hard and could not get the wood chiseled.
It is so
We read-
easy once you actually see the trick to it.
No. All right, Neat. What's up?
Yeah, so about Township Tale, I've played a lot when I first got my PC. I think I've said this before, but I have like a lot of hours in the game, and I've completed the game multiple times, and it's great. Like it's just like it doesn't. The MMO part of it is a little bit messy. In my I like your what was your experience with like the community, like the social aspect, Kitty?
That was my experience with the social aspect. That like one guy talking over me, I was trying to ask questions, and I'm like, dude, I'm brand new here. What was the problem? Like, I was either too tall or too short, and someone was like, you just push a button, it's right there. And I had the menu open, and I'm like, there's no button there. Like,
Yeah.
am I missing something? And they just kept talking. I'm like, hold on, just give me 1 second. How do I get the button there? I'm like, oh, the button's just there. And I'm like, it's not. There's a setting somewhere to turn the button on. Where do I turn the setting on? And finally I just backed out and I just started fishing around and I found it. But
so yeah, that's how the MMO. That's the part of that game is. It's like it's an MMO, but a lot of people don't help. Like it's kind of just like you're on your own most of the time.
Yes, it was inaccessibility in the home area.
It's supposed to
well,
be
the
MMO.
The whole concept is the whole concept is your group goes onto a server and you're building a community, exactly.
Yeah, and
but
then,
on a public server, you have to deal with the public.
There's like mobs you can fight, but like
there are.
I never saw any, and well, that's not true. Actually, now that I think about it, it was hard to find them at the beginning.
So we started our own server, so I was like spawning in mobs and weapons and stuff, killing K over and over and over. It was a lot of fun.
It is.
I love doing that. I love killing K over and over, especially in mini golf. She's not the best at mini golf.
You guys, you guys remember day 1 of the Alicia alpha when like Budo finally shows up and Meta just kills him right off the bat?
Oh yeah, so we were in an alpha, so like there was like
to be fair, I agreed to it.
People on the server, like it was super early, and we were all like, "Well, let's log in," and so I log in and like it's like this bullshit like not fully made tutorial like area of like a ship. And we're in the basement. There's like these little plaques like telling you how to play. Like it's not like optimized to like teach you how to play yet because it's still an alpha. And like all of a sudden I hear Budo's voice. I was like, what are the chances that we logged on at the same time? And so I was like, Budo, there's PvP in this game. Let's fight. And then we just beat each other to death with clubs. We're both terrible at the game. We're like running around each other. It was like chopping each other in GoldenEye, but in VR. Like we're both just terrible. We're like, just it took so long. It was like 10 minutes of just like, I don't want to die.
I remember this story. I feel like we've heard this story.
It was great. We were in the cave underwater waiting for them to show up because we were trying to get them through like the first few quests. And we're like, where are they? And finally they show up and he's like, yeah, I killed Budo.
Yeah.
It's like, man, come on. Yeah, he's a bad guild leader. You're right. But yeah, so those are all fun. Yeah, Bone, anything to say?
Well, I have anything to say.
Yeah, do you have anything to say?
10 seconds with Bonely. You only get 10 seconds.
Oh, I don't have my hat. I don't know if I can do the news now. No. Totally forgot that. Anyways, always something new in VR, and I've got some cool ones. Some are just kind of more basic. Logitech is just released a new VR accessory that's totally mimicking the Valve headphones, and you can attach it apparently to different kinds of head straps. So you may be able to do it if you've got the Bobo one, or if you've got the Elite strap, either hard or soft straps. Apparently you can hook it up to either or. I didn't see any good like ways of how that works, but it looks like the straps fit in there, and I don't know. So something to check out. I'm sure one of us will end up getting this set up soon, and then we'll talk about it and show it. And yeah, well, Meta just mentioned the private chat. It's what they're calling the world's largest VR event. It's a virtual market. I guess it's the 6th time they've done it because they're calling it Virtual Market 6. It's going on right now. It started August 14th, going through the 28th. We had just heard about this like just today. So if anything, I think there will be a report next week about what we think of it. We're going to go check it out, take a look. It's running in VR chat. So yeah, it's something different to do in VR chat. which not that there's not enough to do in VR chat, but I think this is an interesting way to go about doing something in VR chat. It's saying that there, you can fill out an application to be an exhibitor, and I just have no idea actually what to expect from something like this. So I'm really curious to see what it looks like. So check it out, everybody else. We'll be checking it out, and then we'll talk about it next week. Finally, I thought I'd end on just an interesting one that I found that is actually on the official Iowa State University website. They did a study into VR sickness. They're calling it cyber sickness. I guess that works. And they said that it's possible to improve the symptoms with just 3 20-minute sessions spread out during a week. And so that you could get over VR sickness, just like seasickness, some people say. Of course, I think that could be a lot easier than getting over something like seasickness or motion sickness, because you can very easily take off a headset, where it can be a little bit more difficult to get off a boat or get out of a moving vehicle immediately. But yeah, they're saying to just take a few smaller doses, and then you can finally work your way up. However, the study did find an interesting thing. One not so weird is that if you've already got motion sickness, then you're going to have a harder time adapting. But apparently there was a difference in that they were saying that women did seem to have a harder time adapting than men. So there seems to be some sort of gender disparity there.
That's interesting.
That's what they're actually saying, is that they're going to continue studying this on, is why is it affecting certain groups of people more than others, and why is it more difficult for them to adapt. But yeah, it was neat to see that, something like Iowa State University is looking into VR and looking into, some of the, some more interesting facets of it, because we've already talked about cyber sickness plenty of times, and Zane K have talked about how they've experienced it a lot more than us. So if anything, I feel like the study is kind of confirming what the study is.
So
what
if you don't know, it's caused because normally you get motion sick because your body's moving. I'm sorry. I just tried to explain this and realized I don't know the answer. It's something with your inner ear. Don't worry about it.
What's it
Your
called?
eyes don't match what's going on in your inner ear.
I read an
So
article.
when you're on a boat,
That's what
your horizon
happens.
doesn't move the right way.
Yeah,
So it's the same thing. It's just reversed. Your
Right,
eyes still don't match your inner ear.
Well, what I read about it is that basically, depending on how you focus on your inner ear versus visual balance, is the way that it affects it. So, like, people that are very inner ear focused are very good at balance in real life. Like, in real life, if you have better balance in real life, apparently, when you're in VR, it's more difficult. But if you have not as good balance in real life, it can be easier in VR, because you could be your balance could be based more on visuals, and so that's what I had read about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, we know what can cause it, but it's interesting for them to be like, well, what does it take to actually get over it? And I would have expected a lot more. To say that they saw marked improvements with just 3 20-minute sessions in 1 week, I think that's interesting. And they marked that they tried to use a game that was labeled as kind of more intermediate to difficult as far as the intensity or whatever that you're going to call it. But, you can always do the Bonely route and just go straight on a roller coaster too,
Yo, me too. Like, I am clumsy as fuck as well. Just gonna throw that out there. IRL, but in VR chat, like, in VR in general, like, that's just not all the way true. But, like, the game that made me have to get used to it was fucking Dash, like Mario Kart VR shit. Like, oh my god, that game kicked my ass the first few play sessions. I feel like I was gonna vomit. Like, I actually finally felt like I had met my match in a game.
but you did adapt to it eventually, though.
Oh yeah, now like nothing bothers me.
Exactly. So that's
I went to Warplanes doing
good
360s.
example.
I didn't give a shit.
See, Warplanes is the one that seems the most like it would cause people to be sick, and I feel like it got the strongest reaction out of Zane K.
Did not bother
100%.
Yeah,
of course, they didn't try
Warplanes.
Dash, I just would assume Warplanes would be.
Warplanes does a good job of framing you in So it's not as bad. They do a really good job with that.
No, I felt like I was flying, bro. I was pretty scared when I first got on there. I'm not good on heights. Like when I got in there, honestly, the menu freaked me out. Like,
well, it starts you off in the freaking sky with no ground under you. It's a really poor choice of a sign on screen.
Me out the menu when it started. I was like, oh my god, I'm like way up in the air. It was like, holy shit, yeah, it definitely freaked me out.
Walkabout is the only game. It's the only game I consistently get VR sick in. Every time we play it, I get VR sick, and we've been playing it.
You don't have a body. That's the problem.
We've been playing it 5 nights a week, and I'm sick every night when we play it.
Really? That's
I don't
so weird.
I don't get that way, but Kitty always says it.
That's so weird.
Dude, and it's every single time. Like, I don't know. Like the last few times, it's getting easier because I guess I'm just getting used to it. But I mean, we've seriously, we've done 30 hours in it in the last week or two.
Have you tried changing your smooth turn setting? Because I found out
it's not moving. Moving doesn't bother me. It's like just being in it. There's something, again, I don't know if it's just presence or what they've done. It could be the audio too, because the audio is not very
the audio really.
The audio is just not perfect.
Audio in VR, like that works on 2D, but in VR, it's like, what the fuck? Like, you're all the way over there. You're next to me. Why do I hear you the same way?
That can definitely be disorienting.
I'll have to try your remedy that you came up with, Zay. We'll see later. If Sir Maldo's not busy.
It'll cost you.
I got a nickel. Yeah. So this conference or trade show, or what is it called? The one in VR chat right now.
It's called VKit.
Yeah.
So last year they had some crazy exhibits of like, and it's huge. It's fucking huge. Like they had Disney store selling. So they're selling real world merchandise in VR as well as VR merchandise. Like content creators who create different avatars and stuff have stands. Brands have actually, like Audi, the car company, has like a car exhibit in last year's where you could like look at their car like as if it was a dealership. And they had one with Godzilla like going through Tokyo. It's like really cool. Like they have like major brands involved, and it's a short-term event. It's like a big-ass flea market within VR, and it goes for like 2 weeks, and it's like every like 4 months or something. It's crazy. It's probably one of the most together VR chat things I've seen with the platform. It's actually pretty exciting.
Oh, are we doing this a show tonight? When are we going to go check this out?
I would like
because I want to go see it. So do they have people like manning the booths, or is it just like information and videos and shit?
It's not as put together as what I think you're thinking, but it's a push towards that.
I mean, it makes so much sense. Like, so I've been in all the companies I've been in have always done trade shows, so I've had to go to way too many trade shows.
That's what it feels like.
And
trade show, and it's really cool to see.
Well, it makes sense to do this in VR. Like, I mean, especially like with how they're changing digital content into real world content, NFTs, all this shit. Like a virtual trade show makes too much sense. And then able to connect with people.
Do we go in there and set up shop? Like, do we go in there?
That's what I said to Kitty. I DM Kitty. I was like, do we want to see if we can get a Council's Corner little booth in there? Because there are hundreds of booths.
Let's find out if Thrill Seeker has a booth. If he's got one, let's get one.
Are we making him our target?
I don't know. He seems like he's like the most invested. To me, he seems like the most invested YouTuber in VR.
Then we should get one to be like, we have one, and
they're like, by the way, every trade show I've been to, a booth is like somewhere between $5,000 and $25,000. So how much are you willing to pay?
I don't think it's gonna be anywhere near that.
I don't think it's gonna be that.
I have
and
like
also,
$2.
That's good.
$2 from Neat. I'll take it.
I feel like there might not even be a cost associated, possibly, because I don't.
There might not be a cost, or we could go in there and just stand around and do something, and then like act like we have our own booth.
because if you're expecting to create your own Unity asset, and you're just adding it to a world. Like, what you're not understanding
No,
is this is like normal
one of
VR
us.
chat. Like, there's multiple
I'll-
worlds. Like, you get to the end.
I'll
of the
make
world, there's
I'll
no-
make an avatar for one of us, and the avatar is the trade show booth, and then we go in, and one of us jumps to the trade show avatar, and then we pretend to be Manning.
They also
Yes,
made
we should do
something
it.
that's
Let's
like
do
just
that.
nice for
Make
VR
a
chat.
video
They have an
about it.
extended VR chat menu. You double tap your menu button, and like you can like zoom around the map, and there's like extra menus. That you can
Oh,
use.
so is it in a VR chat world, or is it its own
It's
application?
multiple VR chat worlds. So like you go through one, and it's like really long, and then you get to the end, and there's a portal going to part 2, and it's.
I mean, does it exist? And so you load up VR chat and go into it, or does it exist kind of in its own?
Into Udon.
Okay. Well, but is it in the app VR chat, or is there a separate thing? Okay, all right. That's all I was looking for. Okay.
That's what Udon
Okay,
is.
I got you. I
I know
got
none
you.
of them know what I mean when I say Udon.
Oh, well, I know.
I don't.
All right, so yeah,
It's
we
a
need to go
Unity
check this
thing.
out sometime.
How long is it running for?
It's going until I think I want to say the
28th. It's the 28th. Between the it's
and
from the 14th.
It just started 3 days ago.
2
It
weeks.
just started 3 days ago.
So, Vapor, this is the problem with VR chat, but the solution to VR chat is joining a group of people that go and play games together and have a blast.
You can make any world a private world where it's just you and people you know.
Yeah. And if you've got 15 friends, you can play any multiplayer game in VR chat.
VR
You know,
chat
it's
as a solo experience is an amazing exploration game. If you want like a No Man's Sky
Yeah.
in VR, you just want to see crazy shit, go into private rooms by yourself and just search up things you think might have been created. There's the entire Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom, like with fireworks going off, like built in VR chat as like a scene you can experience in VR, and it's really cool. And like there's random stuff like that that exists in there.
Why would I want to go to Disney?
Well, I'm just giving you an example of something impressive that someone.
I don't want to be happy.
Do they have
Like-
Universal?
Oh, wait, hang on.
Yeah,
Hang on, I have
would
something
want-
for
I would
this.
want
Hang
to
on.
Go to Universal. I hate Disney.
Well, I'm saying, like, for me, it's like it could be really
Oh, no,
inspirational.
not the
for,
big
for, nostalgic. Because for me, like, my honeymoon was in Disney World, so like, it's nostalgic as fuck for me. So like, I'm sure like that's a cool thing for people to be able to experience without having to fucking go to Florida.
Yeah, who
This
wants
is
to go
not a
here?
surprise as you are a googly-eyed man. I can see the whole.
Who
Yeah.
wants to go to
But-
Florida?
But yeah,
Shut up, me.
it is, you know, anytime you do anything social, and like this, which have been confirmed because they're in beta, this has been with Among Us VR, because we all really want to play it, but kids in VR, you know, it's terrible. Like, you know, you want to be nice and they want to be helpful. Wait a minute.
It's not always.
I
it's
was
not
the
always-
one talking just then.
What?
Oh, I see things. I can tell there's some kind of game going on right now, and I just saw someone take a drink, and that wasn't a I'm thirsty drink. That was a, I got to take a
we're
drink.
Like the whole show to bully each other. We are so.
What?
We're playing. I told you, Kay and I are playing bingo. You guys just have to figure out why we're drinking throughout the show.
Oh
You
no,
should
what
let
did I
people know
say?
that. I wonder what the hell is going on?
That's not allowed.
That's the
Only
point.
Canadians do
Is you got to be in their private club. It's the leakies.
This is sexist.
Um,
I just want to come out and say it.
Wait, you just sat there and said that I get VR sick because I got boobs or something and I need a cock in my ear. Some crap like that. That's sexist, damn it.
I don't remember that last part.
Sorry, I'm drinking.
I don't remember this either.
I do not recall the last part. I feel like
Sorry,
your ears
sorry
and
guys,
stuff
we're
like
with
that.
busy tonight.
Something
We're,
like
we're
that.
busy tonight. A lot.
On
Lots.
that note, we'll be right
Oh,
back.
that's all just soda, right?
Is that
That's
last
just,
one like Windex? That looked like Windex.
No,
Also
no.
don't put it on the screen. Oh wait, that's fine.
Curacao.
Yeah, that's
I know
the
what
good
that
stuff.
is.
This is all non-alcoholic.
Curacao.
It's the exact same thing. as
Curacao is a
It's more
beautiful
expensive
island,
than I'd
by
live.
the
It's
way.
literally the same thing.
Let me tell you something. Curacao
So-
is a beautiful island that they make that liquor on, man. I was there.
It's the
Not a,
best tasting
not a.
stuff.
It is the nicest island. Just not a speck
Can I
of
show
dust
this?
on it.
Everybody's
It's
21,
perfect.
right?
I bet
Do
it
Do you
is.
like
awesome.
Midori? Anybody like this shit? Because
Yeah, Midori is amazing. You use
Is
it to
it
make
not?
liquid marijuana. Like, you
No,
kidding?
you gotta.
Oh,
Now you gotta get the get the Incredible Hulk going. Mix
Yep,
the
that's
Hennessy
good.
with the
No, you need the
Hypnotic.
bloopers out, the Midori.
We're now a bartending podcast.
It's
We
all
need
happening.
pineapples. We need apples.
We got pineapples. We don't have any. Oh, we do
You
have
need to go to
apples.
So, okay.
tipsybartender.com, search up marijuana jungle juice. Like, it's amazing.
Write
Okay,
that down.
don't search anything that Meta says. That's really just one of the first rules of the internet.
Oh, that's right. He's a bad guild leader. Never mind.
He's the best bartender. Learn all my
Terrifying.
drinks for him. Love
Terrifying.
his shit.
Wait a minute. Hopefully I'm unmuted now. Yeah, I am now. Now, this is serious. I didn't get to tell what Budo's secret was, but now it's serious. Very, very serious. See those glasses on his face? They're not real. They're just for show. I'm over here struggling to see. I can't see. I can't see from far away at all. And he's over there with 20/20 vision wearing fake glasses. That is Budo's secret. I'm over here struggling to see. He can see, but he's still wearing glasses. Mind blowing. Am I right? But yeah. I can't see. And I hear Zay laughing in the background. Hi.
I don't know what you're talking about. No,
Budo.
I don't know
Is
what
there
you're
something you
talking
need
about.
to tell us, Budo?
No.
Oh my stars!
I don't know.
I'm
And
proud
then
of
she
you,
just turns her camera off and runs away.
See,
Yeah,
she's
she's
like, see, it's I don't know.
Shameful.
That does take a little bit
Is
of her
this
credibility away.
She's hurt by your deception, Budo.
This
She's
is
in the corner
100%
crying right
true.
now.
I can back this up. Budo confirmed this. Just to throw it out there.
So is the beard real? Do all of you actually have?
Oh my god.
No, it's not real.
Waldo? Okay. Oh, I know yours is real. I think I've tried to virtually pull it a couple times.
Oh yeah. 100%. So guys, when are we going to talk about these giant killer zombie puppies in VR? Because I have
Right
a
now.
secret.
Can you mute
It's
him?
featuring Nintendogs.
What?
But are they?
Waldo.
So
You are so
Waldo.
proud of this title, Meta.
Waldo, is he smoking?
it's a good title.
Is he smoking ugly stuff? Then
Nintendogs.
Welcome to the show, Vapor VR. You might have what it takes to be on the show.
What?
You don't
There
know
are
Vapor. Vapor's with Surge. I want to get Vapor on the show. Vapor, you gotta come on the show.
Where's Googly Man's lighter? Googly Man needs to find his lighter.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's no. Don't even
He's
try it,
bingoing
Neat.
himself. Oh shit, Kitty.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, so the glasses are fake, Budo? I feel like this should have been in the news segment.
You know, I just wanted to make sure Kay had something to talk about for her minute.
Oh.
Lies.
Yeah. Okay.
So true.
fine,
I mean,
yeah, no,
As
they're blue light
as the only other person on stream that wears glasses, I kind of feel like betrayed.
I have glasses.
where you been?
It's a Hollywood trope. Now you just need to let your hair down.
Udo,
in
you
the
make me
pretty
feel
black
bad.
holes.
I have glasses and I'm blind.
I know.
You're shaming Neat.
Sorry.
The beard flip really sold it. That really made that whole thing. That was
Actually, I
worthwhile.
can't see anything without my glasses on, so I can't see if I even was on camera.
And I'm blind as a bat.
Yeah, no, you'll have to rewatch that. That was pro.
You guys said something about surgical, and I got
Because
to
when I take off mine, I literally take off
Hey!
my eyeballs.
put them back on and let me talk.
The
God
stick is down there.
Got the
Okay.
stick. I don't know where the stick is. Anyways, so I got to watch Surgical's stream today, and it was. Do you guys know what Sea of Thieves is?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess it looks like it's like a VR beta. I didn't know that they were doing that.
Oh, seriously?
Yes, and it is so dope.
Like legit Sea of Thieves in
Yes.
VR, not like some ripoff?
No,
Oh,
it's
no.
Sea of Thieves, and he was streaming it today, and it was so awesome. It looked a little.
Oh,
bit
no.
It's called something else. I don't.
It's
think
called
actually
Sales.
Is
Yeah.
it Sales of Sea?
It's called
Really?
Sales.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, on
All
his
right. But it's
thing,
like Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, it looks just
Yeah.
like it. Well, not as
Okay.
high.
Okay.
Or Sale.
It really doesn't.
Man, it's a good thing you don't do the news, Zay.
But you know what? You should.
That's like saying Among Us is in VR chat.
It
So
is in
Among
VR
Us,
chat.
No. So Among Us is already in VR, guys. The game is released. It's VR chat's
It's
the same
probably
thing
gonna
as a
be-
published title, right?
It's probably gonna be
Like-
better than the damn new VR. The Among Us is coming out. I think so. I think the one that's in VR.
I
chat
don't
will
think
be
so.
better. Really?
From what I've seen in the Discord from people saying shit they're not supposed to.
What happened to that
So they've tried to
non-disclosure?
have a bunch of like minors sign NDAs with their parents' approvals. And I
14
asked
and
the mod-
15-year-olds.
and people
Like-
like adults in there are like, why is this allowed? And so like the mod
Because
in there
that's who
was
plays
like,
the damn game.
yeah, but for the beta testers, it just feels like a weird thing to do in a game like this. But I can see why they're doing it. But the mod said they've already had tons of NDA violations. He literally said, "Why do you think the purple names aren't allowed in this chat?" And I was like, "What? You created a Discord role to keep so they're still allowed in your Discord. You're not even kicking them out. You're just preventing them from being in the
I put
beta
all
test
this work
chat."
in.
Like,
He's heartbroken.
We're talking to private chat, and we had like a plan for what we're gonna do tonight.
I
And
thought
we're
we
like,
had
nah, we're not
plans.
doing that. And Neat's like, oh, what the? Are you?
I saw the episode outline. I was planning for it, and now we're not even doing.
Me, I know you're new.
Have you
I
met
did
us
the same
before?
thing.
But,
Have you met,
It's me and
have you
you.
met us?
but in our defense,
I literally-
Meta is just you've got issues. But that's what we do is we plan topics and we don't follow through.
All that
That's
means
us.
is that you're
Obviously,
ahead
you're
of
new
schedule.
here.
We've already talked
You're
about
ahead of
Obviously.
schedule,
what
bro.
we're going to be
You're
talking
good.
about. We're going to be talking about giant killer fucking zombie puppies in VR.
I thought we already
featuring
did.
Damn
Didn't we already talk about it?
Nintendogs. No, that's
Yeah,
our
we
main
already
topic.
covered that. We
Yeah.
can move on.
It's past.
Okay.
Past topic. Is he really pouting? He's pouting. Do you see he's pouting?
Sad.
Zenith.
So-
I'm excited about it.
So Neat, what's your favorite level?
Zenith.
Oh no, we're going there. We're going there.
No,
Really?
we're not.
We're not.
But
It was
tune in next week where we
kidding.
discuss our favorite levels in video games
Neat
and have
will be
lots of
prepared.
clips associated, and it'll be a fun watch because we'll actually have the media ready for the show. Because
and I
more
were
than
just
one person will do it.
Kay and I are
Nice. Romaldo will be there.
we're just gonna comment.
Yes, Jeff.
We don't have levels that we like. We did like we don't.
Yes, you do. You played a lot of games. You were telling me about
You
a
don't
part of
have
EverQuest
a
that you
level?
really enjoyed.
but I-
Like that counts.
I can't. Well, it's not really a level. It's just like a zone or a quest.
Zones count.
Well, same thing.
We'll,
But then I
we'll
couldn't
allow
find
it.
clips. I can't find
will
clips.
allow
because
it.
It's so
Game
old.
in one of mine. That's
So
not
Zay,
low.
There's a
That
word
is one of the
picture
problems I
sound.
run into.
You want,
Yeah.
with, like the old school World of Warcraft.
Is
There's
the games I enjoyed, the clips aren't there. There's all the retro clips because people are playing retro now, but they're not playing the shitty old games that we played. They're playing new versions of the shitty old games we played.
Are
so.
we aging ourselves? Because
Dude,
Alright.
there was a moment today where, so in my work chat, someone said something and I was like, yeah, I mean, I did that like back in 2003, 2004. And then they're like, that's almost 20 years ago. And I'm like,
oh
no, no.
yeah,
No, I was a grown ass man doing grown ass things 20 years ago. That's not good. I'm old.
1990
I'm so
is supposed to be
freaking
10
old.
years ago.
Life Crisis, the episode.
You are old as shit.
What? Yeah, I'm old. I know. But yeah. So what else? What else? We still have 10 minutes to fill.
Shit.
We do.
Vapor's old too. We definitely should get on the stream.
If all of your opinions are about how stupid kids are ruining the internet, you should be here.
Hey, whippersnappers!
You can help them get them off our lawn.
And you can blame me.
Get off my lawn.
Because Neat's the youngest one, I think.
Wow.
Do not forget about my
Maybe.
Quit infringing on my lawn.
Oh, we totally do have something that we can kill a few minutes with.
Oh, yeah.
So Bonley's been running his own Twitch channel the last couple of weeks. What do you think so far?
It is fun. I'm enjoying it. It's given me new purpose in playing single player games because there are a lot of fun solo games out there, and like when I don't know, it just makes it a little bit more fun to play it, having to record it, and then the way I run the show is that I play recorded material and I kind of hang out in the chat. So that way I can like communicate with people if people want to jump on and talk. It's like really easy to talk to everybody. So I'm not like playing and trying to multitask. It's like this is the gameplay. I can hang out and chill and talk with people.
Oh, I want to play some poker.
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, we should play. Oh, and I did play some poker last week with Serge and his peoples, and I beat that ass. I took all the
poker. So we had like what 2 weeks of like killing ourselves in poker before we all realized we should probably not play poker.
Not so often.
Meta lost $2 billion.
Yeah,
I had what was it, 9 million chips?
Meta went on a crazy run.
Like I was like, whoa, like I should get this kind of luck IRL. Fuck that I wasted it here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and another example of him being a bad guild leader, he tricked me out of my money by letting me smoke out of a cow's ass and then taking all my damn money. Now I'm mad about that shit.
I mean, that did happen.
And it did happen.
It's not a game where anyone is your friend. Everyone.
I have to tell you though, I really miss. I do kind of poker. I'm not. I wouldn't want to go ham on it the way that we did last time, like play all the time.
Yeah.
But like, it would be nice to play poker once in a while.
We should pepper it in.
I have not heard you guys talk about it.
I have a note for you guys, which is the Friday VR chat event that nobody's been going to for the last 3 weeks. Let's change up the game and have it be poker for a week or two. How's that?
We need to get the events under order. There are a few different groups.
Sorry? My guild leader application? Hey, motherfucker, you stole my guild. You gotta run it.
Nothing to see here.
Oh, you literally can't. There is nothing to see there. You lost your eyes.
But so yeah, to steer back, yeah, we need to fix events. Currently, the guild is more like just hanging out than really organized, like we were for a while. So we've got to get that organization kind of back. But back to Bonely the Lonely VR.
Yeah, let's see this.
Or is it just Bonely VR? It's just Bonely VR, right?
Yeah, it's just Bonely VR, but the show is called Bonely the Lonely. So
all right. So how have you enjoyed like learning the tech side of this? Because I know just with what I've had to help you with, and I've seen Meta on the phone with you for hours helping you out. Like, honestly, are you enjoying doing this, or is it a pain in the ass?
I have to tell you. No, I have to tell you what it is that when I came up with this idea of playing the recorded material and being.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
I'll just wait. I'm just gonna wait for say. Hold on.
I'll mute her.
Hold on.
I'll mute her. She probably thinks she turns her camera off. The mic goes off.
But what's it called? So when I came up with this idea, because I was having such a tough time playing live and like getting it to stream with sound and with everything, I could not do it with the current state of the hardware that I have. I could not get it going, and so it was driving me fucking nuts. And then I came up with this idea. I was like, you know what? When I record, everything sounds really nice. And I was like, oh, well, if I play the recorded material, it'll sound really nice, and I can pay more attention to anybody that comes into the chat. Because I'm like, that's something that we do here, which is like, we look at the chat and then we're back and forth, but it's not easy to do even with a whole bunch of us. So I was like, oh, if I can just focus on the chat and the thing is just playing, maybe eventually if people are in there, it'd be really easy to communicate with everybody and have a good time in there. And so it kind of solved a couple issues, plus finding a really good editing app on my phone that was free. It was $5 for the year. It's stupid. So it's really good and easy. So I found some very simple, easy things that I can do. So now it's really not a pain in the ass at all. I have my little system. I get my videos, it's nothing. But what I did here is I put up an old track from back in the day, and I did some fast forwarded highlights of a bunch of the games that I've been playing over like the last week and a half. And this is it. You can check it out. I probably turned the volume down a little bit from what I just heard, Kitty.
It's awfully hot in the kitchen. Secrets burn eternal, clouding people's vision. At least be true to yourself.
What game is this?
This is Sweet Surrender. This game is mad fun. Very, very fun. Not easy.
I like the style.
It's fun.
It looks good. I don't know why I haven't heard of this.
Dude, it's really good. And they keep adding to it. And it's procedurally generated maps. And like you have to try to get to the end.
Procedural generation in VR? I didn't think they had
And what is this?
This was Captain Toonhead.
Yeah.
Captain Toonhead had a lot of personality. The game itself is okay. This game is Lucky's Tale. This game is awesome. It's just like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, this is the one. Okay.
Yeah, it's super fun. This was the underwater stage. He had a little helmet on and was going around underwater. It's crazy. It's so much fun. Really love it. This was the kids game I got for my daughter called what was it called? The Case of the Stolen Pets. And you had to like look around this 3D map and like pick out animals.
This is Anchar Wars. This is a great game.
This game's awesome.
This has PvP in it and first person mode.
It's awesome.
Can you destroy those large ships?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you control that ship with your hand. That your hand decides wherever it goes.
Yeah, you're like,
Cool.
You're like playing with a plane.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's really cool.
So what's really cool is you can actually go through asteroids and shit if there's holes in them. First person mode in that game looks so cool, but it's so fucking hard.
And this was Mother Gunship.
Mother Gunship's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It looks good, man.
Oh,
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
sir. Yeah, very good.
Thanks.
So you can find him under the Bonely the Lonely Patreon, coming soon to a link near you.
Click on it, Meta.
So you're on Twitch. Do you have a YouTube?
Thanks, Vapor. No, not a YouTube yet. I've been sort of just messing around with Twitch, trying to kind of find my way and build up some videos and like see what works better. Like I've done some short videos, I've done some long videos. Like I'm just kind of like messing. I did a video where I cut like from early in the game to later in the game. Like I'm just trying to mess around with different things and seeing what works on Twitch because it's just like a weekly cycle. And at the same time, I'm building some, content. So if anything I like, I can just stack it. And then once I have a system that I really is a little bit more polished than what I'm doing, I plan on going to YouTube and then starting to create.
That's awesome, man.
Okay.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Thanks.
One of the things we talked about early on is how great it would be is if we all.
I subscribed to Bonely the Lonely.
Yeah. Everyone should go check him out and talk to him while he's hanging out.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'd appreciate it.
I popped in one night and you talked me into picking up that racing game. What the heck is it called? Because I already had it, but I hadn't played it yet. Yeah,
we played it that
what
night
is it
with
called?
Typhoon.
Micro Motor, Mini Motor, Mini Motor Madness,
Mini Motor.
Mini Motor X.
So
Something.
what-
We're really
what
good
is-
at this.
What is the kitty? That versus fucking
Much better.
Blaze.
Much
Blaze
better.
Rush.
Blaze
Really?
shouldn't exist. Yeah, no. Blaze is nothing compared to Mini Motor.
Fuck me.
But
I was so
at the
certain.
same
I was so
time-
stubborn.
It's
At the
so
same time, I
so
was
Blaze
stubborn
is
also.
cool. Blaze is cool. Like it could be great, but Mini Motor is polished. Everything works. It's very well done. Like this is a
true that
console
Blaze
game that they ported to
have-
VR, so that's
They-
why it's so good.
What they needed to do, the only thing that Blaze has on it is, the combat. Like the combat is not. They tried a little bit in Mini Motor to do the combat. They have a couple little items you get here and there, but like, I'm like, if they were gonna go into the items and into the attack things, I would have liked to seen them dive into it as opposed to dip their finger into it, because
so
they
is
have
The
two
difference-
modes. They have two modes. They have the racing mode without the items, normal mode, and then they have X mode, which has items. And I'm like, if you're gonna have a whole other mode, I would have liked them to be, like, look at the variety in Dash Dash. Look at
Well,
the
there's an
variety
easy fix.
in
You just
Blaze
make
when
that
it
your
comes to the
main mode,
weapons and
and
the
then just
things.
take
Like,
the weapons out. Make the weapon thing your main project, and then have a mode where there's no weapons, because that's much easier to do than to plan around making weapons.
yes, because that seems like what they did is that it was an afterthought to do the weapons and to do the items and whatnot. I think maybe they had thought about boosting things, but like, if you look at all the weapons in Dash and you look at all the weapons in Blaze and all the diversity of that stuff, like that makes it a little bit, that makes it more interesting when it comes to, fun within the racing itself. But let me tell you something, and this is honest, because I like Blaze and I played a lot of Blaze. It was hard to jump back into Blaze after playing Mini Motor. It was hard because I didn't think that the different. Well, first of all, I think it was terribly advertised, Mini Motor, because whenever I saw it played, or I watched a couple little videos on it, right? I saw two views. The very far view where you're, machining them where they're tiny, and the inside the car view. That's it. So I had the impression that there were two views, that you could either be outside doing it or you could be in the car. And I was looking at it and I was like, well, it doesn't look as good in the car as Dash Dash, and it doesn't look as good as Blaze on the far. So I was like, yeah, whatever. But when you get it, there's like 13 different views that you have. And actually they have one that kind of sits on top of the car. So it's like third person, but it's like just kind of under you.
Oh,
like this
that's
little car.
interesting. That's interesting.
And
that's
it's well
different
done.
than anything,
It feels
and it's
good.
very clean. It's very clean. It's very nice. It does feel good. And like
And
that little third
you
person view
also-
is different than anything I've done with the
question,
drive.
And you also have
Dash
tons.
Dash.
What?
I think it's
compared to
better.
It doesn't compare to Dash Dash. It
I
doesn't
think
compare
it's
to
closer
Dash
to
Dash.
Mario
It's not a
Kart than
real-
Dash Dash is.
That's not
Yes.
true.
If you're in first person
disagree.
view, it's closer to Mario Kart than Dash Dash is.
Here's
As a
where it
person who plays a ton of Mario Kart and was excited for Dash
I
Dash
played
and was
Mario
then
Kart
let
also.
down,
Well, I'll tell you.
How much is this
Dash-
game?
Look. It was like
$8.
Bucks.
$10, $8. But
damn.
here's the downfalls of it, right? You can only play, I believe, 4-player multiplayer.
Get it on
so that
PC. Don't
sucks.
get it on Quest.
Yeah, but you
Get it
can
on Steam.
you can only play 4-player, which is annoying. And then like
I love how we
it's-
know
Dash
Serrano is
Dash
actively looking to purchase.
Dash Dash is.
I'm
yeah, it's
never
good.
playing it
No,
again,
it's good.
ever.
No, that's funny. I play it. I like it. But what's it called?
I'm
Dash
probably going to be
Dash is
getting
a
it after this
real.
conversation as well.
Nice. Dash Dash is a real racing game. This is not a real racing game. This is a derby game, and it's not.
I see what you mean. Dash Dash has
is
the
an actual-
long course.
Dash
You
Dash
feel,
Yeah,
you
it
feel
has
like
a
that
level.
Dash could actually be
feels
Yeah,
like
mini-
a
on a
race.
Mini Motor's a circuit. It's not the same thing. I see what
Exactly.
you mean.
It's not the same
but
thing.
that's-
There is nothing that compares to Dash as far as straight up a race.
But I'm just talking about the racing, though. The racing feels better. The driving. Another
Well, I'll tell
thing,
you
you've
this,
got all
that
these
there's
different
something that's really
driving
cool.
modes. So
all these different driving modes. But something that's really cool about the driving modes. They figured out the handle on the wheel way better.
Dude,
than dash
it's
does.
perfect.
You can actually drive.
It's perfect.
Can actually drive. Yes.
Yes.
You can legitimate. And
So you can control it with the wheel.
Yes.
You can control it with your thumbsticks. You can control it. So there's a control mode where you're holding an RC transmitter and you're controlling it like you would that.
Wow.
Dude, it's
not easy.
phenomenal. Like they did so well with it.
Yeah, they really did.
And I just want to,
the different modes are awesome.
I want to confirm what you're saying. Like, so it is more of a derby than a racing game, but you said
it's an RC racing game with first-person view in the car.
But you said the
that you can
combat wasn't
drive.
the best compared to Blaze. But does that mean that the racing feels really good? And
I think so.
The handling.
I think so.
It's derby racing. It doesn't feel like it's not Need for Speed. It's not it's not those kind of games. It's not a racing
Mario Kart
game.
Isn't Need for Speed.
But Mario Kart has more long. It's really these are derbies.
He's talking about the tracks. So you have a small little
up and down
circuit.
Tiny little.
Yeah.
It's
Does
not
it feel like a
that.
smaller circuit? of
But
Mario Kart?
but yeah,
Saying,
well,
like,
yes.
gameplay feel.
It feels like a
question-
small
not
Mario
as many-
circuit.
No, because they didn't lean into the items. There's only like 4 items.
So if they're not leaning into the items, and that's not what's making it good, then what's good about it? Is it the control feel?
The control is great. All the different
what's
viewpoints
great?
are amazing. How clear it is.
And yes,
really
it's
good. It has a
It's
bunch of
RC
different cool
Pro
little
Am for
game
VR.
modes,
That's
too.
exactly what it is.
So
Yeah.
So I just want to throw this out there. There's a 2-hour return window. You could always just go try it, guys, and decide if you want it or not, and utilize the policy that exists for if you don't.
Yeah, I did that with Sam and
But yeah.
Max this week.
Anyways.
The 2-hour thing is so stupid.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. Who got bingo?
Oh, do we have is this your official unpopular opinion for today?
No.
Yeah, I
No?
want to hear that opinion. Actually, that is his unpopular opinion. I think it's a great
unpopular
policy.
opinion?
I think so. Yeah,
The rest of us are all on
We
board.
all-
2
we all
hours
think
and you can
it's
chunk it?
wonderful.
Absolutely.
that's wonderful.
What do you-
It was longer.
It needs to be longer.
Oh.
So
that's
greedy.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Oh,
Some games you
God.
can't get the full experience in 2 hours.
You're not supposed
That's
to.
not-
That's why you can return
You're
it.
not supposed to.
If you want the full
Here's
experience and you
my
bought
thought.
it, you own
With
it.
a VR
You want
game
the
right
full
now,
experience.
in every
You
experience
can't
I've had in
walk halfway
VR,
through a movie and be like, actually, I want to
I want my refund. They're
In-
like, well,
in
you only
every
saw a half hour. Like, okay, that makes sense. He's like, but no, I want to see the whole movie. Then I want
I
my
want to see the
refund.
whole movie. And I actually, it didn't live up to expectations.
Right, I need my money back.
in
Great film,
every VR game I've played, within the first 10 minutes, because a big part of me liking a VR game is going to be the locomotion, the freedom they give me, and either movement or doing shit. And that,
No,
like,
you can
again,
make
that
it
was
usually. It's like
that's-
how indie, though.
exactly, and that's exactly what it feels like. Like, you're expecting an
Counterpoint.
indie game, but still, I feel like pretty quickly if you're going to enjoy it and not have to, like, have the story and all the things you can play.
That's really on the developer. If you're
I'd
playing
put
a
in
game that they
way
have to
more-
hook in before 2 hours, like
What's the model?
I put in way more than 2 hours on Zenith before I decided I wanted my money back
that's a
on
very
that one.
different situation. That is not.
You don't get your money back. You got
You got your money.
so
I know.
many hour game.
I know.
I stand by it is
Still
worth
want my
what it
money back.
costs.
Played basketball for years, and then it's like,
I
I,
was-
don't play anymore, though.
I was just
The
thinking
sport has
about.
changed too much.
I was just thinking about how much Formaldo, at least Formaldo played, and a bunch of others. But if we probably paid like 1 penny per hour that we played that game.
Oh yeah. you're
600
right.
hours.
I know.
Yeah, no, 400 hours.
I'm better.
I don't know where I got 600
Oh,
from.
guys,
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got
I'm gonna-
400 hours in
I
there.
know.
I got
Don't
one
wanna-
scenario. I have one scenario where need is right. If the first 2 hours are amazing, but the game is only the game's only 2.5 hours long, I might
It's
want my
a-
money back. if I was like, oh my god, this game's amazing, and then it just ends like 30 minutes later for no reason. Yeah, I think I'd want my money back at that point. If it like ended
Yeah,
all
but you could say that
abruptly
about
after
any
2 hours, I'd be
So-
like, fuck that bullshit.
So Neat.
And they do usually
Is-
work to a little bit of flexibility to start it.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So Neat.
Go to fuckyoukitty.com. Go to fuckyoukitty.com right now. The real website. I made it. Go to fuckyoukitty.com. Spell it like his name, not with a Y, with an EH. It's a real website.
Vapor will be checking it out.
Also
I bet
that.
you
You can also
100
go to
I
that
bet
website.
100 that Vapor will check it out.
What were we gonna say? What?
It said flash on the screen. It said flash.
Look what you did by shushing him, Kitty. It's just so much more disruptive than
So Neat.
Siberian chaos.
Are there any games that you would have returned if they had a 3 or 4 hour time frame?
Let me see real quick.
Or what do you think? 10 hours? Like, where do you think that line
No,
is?
10 hours is too much. Like, it's
Vapor's
just,
got some good points.
oh, because a game I recently refunded. We played it. It was Forewarned. I refunded it. Okay, but I play, and for us to really play the game, we played. I think it was like 3 rounds.
Which one was forewarned? Was that the Mummies?
Egyptian. Yeah,
the
mummies.
That's the Mummies? Okay.
Yeah, so we played. How many did we play? Like maybe 3 rounds, maybe 2.
3? Yeah.
Three
Yeah,
or
and then
four,
after
yeah.
that, like the one when we did 1, I was like, okay, not bad. But then when we played like 3, I just really noticed how kind of wonky the game was, and it started. And the performance was bad. And by the time I had that, I had already 4 hours played. But
You're bringing in like 2 unpopular opinions and 1 unpopular opinion.
Hold on, ready? Let me ask you a question.
But the thing
Let me
is,
ask you a question.
I
Real quick.
refunded that.
Let him finish.
Neat.
So-
How much did the game cost?
It was on sale. I think it was like $10 on sale.
So you got
Come
4
on, Neat.
hours of
Come on,
entertainment out
Neat.
of a $10 game.
Neat. That's greedy, man. You gotta chalk that 10.
Yeah, but it was on sale. Okay.
Was it an indie
bought it
developer? Was this
on
a AAA
sale.
studio or an indie developer? That's
I
like
don't play
getting-
AAA games. I hate
Okay, so
AAA
Nindy,
games.
so
So you
Neat,
took
you're going on
$10
DoorDash.
away
You're
from
going
it.
to like the pop-up shop, the mom and pop shop,
Best
and going,
unpopular
Cost you
opinion
more
this
to go to the
wasn't
movies.
fucking
Oh, there's the
like,
bingo.
like good enough. Like this isn't
Yeah,
Olive
what?
Garden. Like
Let's
refund.
switch. That's my unpopular opinion for today. I
you know
don't
what
like
it is,
AAA
you get
games.
it?
AAA
That's
games.
a
suck.
great one. That's a great unpopular
AAA
opinion.
games, I hate them so much.
Love that.
Now,
You're
suck.
neat.
Just all of them, huh?
Yeah.
What about Minecraft? How do you feel about Minecraft?
He likes the early days when it was indie.
I liked
I mean-
Minecraft when I was a kid, but then I kind of just got bored of it. So
That was the game that taught him that AAA games can't be trusted. And ever since that day, he vowed to never play another AAA game.
No, I have still
But I
played.
don't-
I've never enjoyed them though. Or like,
What's
it's
the
just been bad.
last? What's the last AAA game that you played that you hated?
Destiny 2.
Battlefield? Battlefield.
Was it Battlefield 1? That was a great
No,
game.
Battlefield 2042, the newest one.
Oh, I didn't
Absolutely
play that.
the worst thing I've ever touched in my life.
They suck at going into the future. That franchise has never been good at going into the
They're
future.
really good historically, though.
Battlefield 1
an
was
awesome game.
amazing.
Yes,
That was
okay.
great.
That was a great game.
Okay, that was a AAA that was actually good. But there's my opinion on AAAs is very like usually it's always bad. Like there's a couple that I'm like I like, but then
Is it a greed thing for you? Like all the microtransactions, the loot boxes and such?
slightly that's some of it. But it's mainly the part of smaller developing like teams. They focus on their game a lot more compared to the big studios.
Alright, so I think
the
what you're
big
comparing it is
studios-
to people that are hired to work on a game versus people
Yeah.
who started making the game.
It's just like the big AAA games, like they want like I know, but also the small teams they want money, but the big ones they want money.
Well,
Like
it's because
that's
they're using
all.
publishers, and their publisher is
Yeah.
telling them that they want more money. That's
That's
what's happening.
Yeah, and but like I play a lot of games that are like very small teams, and they really take it in account when people like are having issues with the game, except for the game that we don't talk about.
Zenith.
As much as I like the game, the developers are pretty bad at fixing stuff.
Oh my god!
He's
you
come
do
a long
not
way.
understand what that means coming from Neat. This man defended Zenith to his dying breath, and now even he is like the dev team doesn't give a fuck about us.
I like the game. It's just
But the dev team just doesn't care about the player base. Like they act
suck.
like they do, but they don't.
And I like that Neat's giving the comparison of that he's had different experiences with other games, and so he's just got a comparative.
Neat loves indie games and the small developing teams, and then he refunds them.
That's why
I only refunded one.
They can't fight back. They don't have a big lawyer team.
Yeah, but
you can abuse the system.
Those $10 I got from that game, I bought 2 more indie games, and they're amazing. Okay,
From the same team.
no, but
They were like, "Where's my $10? This guy paid
I need to feed
$10
my
worth."
children, please.
Oh.
All right, well,
Sorry, Neat. Sorry, that was an unpopular opinion, wasn't it?
Yeah, we need a thing.
Everybody
we
just
need a stinger.
proceeds to berate him for his unpopular.
We need a
I would-
stinger.
I would like-
It's unpopular. He knows it's unpopular.
I would like to take this
What do you
moment to
expect?
point out that Neat asked for this.
oh, I did.
He did. He wanted this.
It's-
This is great. I want a
Oh.
stinger for him. I want a stinger for unpopular opinions. Awesome.
We'll see if he sticks around for another episode after this shit.
It's a mystery.
If you don't,
Oh.
the Iron Man will find you. He will find you.
You want to go to Florida? I don't think you want to go here.
I've just narrowed my search.
Shut
down.
up,
See, now I'm
Nate.
Slender Man. Slender
Florida.
Man.
It's been Bonely. We have an inside
Man
man.
with a headset on is very scary. I don't like
Thank
Slender
you.
Man in a phone
Already
in
here.
a call.
You know,
center.
they make a Slender Man morph suit I could use.
Calls
So don't
coming from
test
inside
me.
the stream.
Oh no.
He's like, he has it on his screen, ready to buy with the mouse over top of it. He's like, "Is anybody gonna say anything?" Thing will be here on Tuesday.
Wow,
All right.
this has been a great show, everybody.
So, what do you think about indie games versus AAA games, Kay?
Nice
Okay,
try, Simone.
so as we all just finished giving our 6-minute account of our opinion on this, now we need yours. What 6 minutes? What do you think?
Okay, wait, say that again.
So you need to now
Hey,
talk
did
for
you
6
know you
minutes
were?
about what we
Did you
said.
know you were here tonight?
Yes, I did.
No, I'm not trying to be mean.
Wait,
I'm
no,
not
wait,
trying to be mean.
Wait,
Oh.
I need to do
I
the
just-
standard Zay and
I
Kay.
just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Hey, where'd
that'll be
Zay go?
great. Um,
I just want to we chopped off the subject, and I want to make sure she gets a chance.
Pepperoni.
Did Zay leave?
good.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she dipped out. She got mad. She said, "I can't listen to that Bonely stuff," and she left.
Oh, man. I knew it was something. I knew it was something.
Oh, no. Hold on. You got to answer your question first, and then I'll do mine.
Uh-oh. What was the question? You never said it again.
What's your opinion on the whole indie versus AAA situation? How do you feel about it?
Give us your in-depth opinion.
Oh,
She doesn't even know what we were talking about.
Book report, please.
Kitty's like,
What was the last AAA game you played? And I know the answer to
Oh.
this. I saw it on your Xbox today.
You did. Well, I wasn't actually playing that though, but
Sure.
Zay told me to say it was really cool and I liked it.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
answer.
So you're you're AAA all the way.
I don't know. It depends.
Was it,
No,
was
it was-
Mario
it was,
Party in VR with penguins?
No.
Giant killer zombie puppies.
Budo has it
I'm just doing
memorized.
what it was.
All right. Anyways, I was going to bring up something we didn't talk about that I just have to talk about. And that was that Only the Lonely trailer, the track behind that trailer. That's a familiar voice, I think. It just seemed very familiar to me.
It was.
Wait,
familiar.
were there two different guys on that track, or is that all you?
Nope, that was all me.
Okay.
And
all right.
and I made the music as well.
Nice.
Thanks.
Sweet.
So you said
Call
back
that
in the
kind of
day
guy
or
in the
something.
biz,
How long ago
we
did you
call
make
him
it?
a creative.
Let's see. I made that song in 2012.
Dang, 10 years.
Look at that compliment. You've been compared to Eminem. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, it's awfully hot in the kitchen. Secrets burn eternal, clouding people's vision.
Yeah.
Always be true to yourself. If the mirror hears your lying, there's no telling your health. Once you know, your eyes won't close, your mind won't ignore the subtle change.
I mean, that's great. That I could listen to that all day. I'm not going to, but I could.
So
I got
again,
albums
you'll
out
find
to
this on the
Casey's
Bonely
music.
Patreon. Coming soon to a link me.
Yep. That's right.
No,
Coming from
I
the
literally told them, I was like for the type of music this sounds really good. And I was like, is that a compliment or is that an insult? I'm not sure, but it sounds good for what it is. You know, like if I was hanging out with Vanilla Ice, I'd be like, yo, listen to this shit, you know?
I don't know how to take
I'm
that.
I'm trying to say it sounded really good.
It's definitely not Vanilla Ice.
He's flaming your music.
Vanilla Ice. Now I'm confused.
Just white guy rapping. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of context that isn't
White guy
Eminem.
rapping.
Yeah,
You went real far back to go Vanilla Ice, though. Man.
could have at least been.
I mean,
yellow
you
or something. Something
What
a
do you mean?
little more.
This guy Kitty's been listening to fucking Post Malone nonstop for the last month. And
No,
he went to
Bonely,
Vanilla
you're
Ice.
wrong.
Is
It's been the
Post
last
Malone-
It's the
Is
only
that
thing
not
in his
a white
soundtrack.
rapper? You've been listening nonstop to a white rapper. You compare me to Vanilla Ice.
Who are you you're calling Post Malone a white rapper?
Is he not?
No.
Am I confused?
I wouldn't. I mean, maybe he's a rapper. I wouldn't call him a rapper.
Would you call him a
I don't
hip
know.
hop
Well,
artist?
he's a new age.
Because I don't think he's a pop artist.
Yes.
If you think
He's
he's a
not
hip hop
pop,
artist, then
No,
there's a
he's
fair
not
chance
hip
that he's
hop.
also.
He's a new age rapper.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
yes,
That
there
they
are not a
tend
lot
to
of white rappers,
cross
but I
over
would
from
still never vote Vanilla Ice.
I say Vanilla Ice
building
just
the
because that's the
mansions on
time frame I'm
TV.
thinking of, like the whole
builds mansions on
95 to
TV.
This is
2005.
the new segment. This
Yeah.
is called Bonely and Kitty Disagree About Musical Taste. And if you like it, we'll create a stinger for it. And it'll be in every episode.
Kane's look on her face is like, no.
Hey, we're talking about Vanilla in the chat. Vanilla
What's
Ice
your
is
opinion on
building
that, Kane?
mansions on TV.
You definitely
because
have an opinion.
He's tired of
Shake it ahead.
getting hung
He's
out
like,
of
nah.
the windows.
He's not feeling it.
He's not feeling it.
Someone get
So
out
this
of
is
the
where I
chat,
take
please.
a moment to ask. So Siberian had a very poignant question in our pre-show tonight, and he was like, "Is the show going to go any longer than this?" And I'm like, "It shouldn't."
But then.
No, nothing to say.
You kind of glitched out towards the end of what you were saying there.
Yeah, which is perfect.
Yeah,
It's
you
actually
said
kind of
nothing,
perfect.
and then you
Oh.
started going nothing to say.
Oh no, I was saying I kind of feel like, you know, he asked if the show was going to be longer than normal since we were doing a pre-show, and I was like, I think we should end at the same time. And so I was going to say, like, you know, maybe we could, you know, wrap it up.
Yep.
Wow.
Are you trying to wrap things up?
Sounds like he's asking
I think we've been
permission. I
trying to
think
wrap
Pretty
things
sure he's
up.
allowed to.
Have
We've
you
been trying to wrap
have you
things up
not
for like
seen
a
Sir
20
Maldo
minute-
put
Have
19
you not
different
seen-
"It's
have you
time to
not seen
stop the show" alerts in the chat?
Yes,
Kitty
that's
the
right.
cat.
I'm wondering if
You
you
must
have
do
seen
it.
it.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm just gonna start spamming it. It's also gonna be really loud for you guys because of the clicky noises.
Mute him.
Chat's
Mute
just
him.
Oh god, the clicking.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
The
Okay.
incessant clicking.
Well, thanks for coming out.
But yeah, thank you
We do
guys.
this every Wednesday.
Oh no.
No, we're just starting now.
It will
Don't
be
worry.
recorded and you can watch it on YouTube.
Did I miss it? Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you feel about us.
We have our stuff
Um,
on YouTube recording. We do this every Wednesday.
We do.
Oh.
Let's just go again. Let's just do it again, guys.
Oh, from the
Start
top.
all over.
I'm Surmaldo.
Hi, Surmaldo.
I'm lonely.
We forgive you.
Good to see you guys.
Maybe. I don't know. We're pretty shitty people.
Oh,
Zay heard we were starting over, so she
Zay's
wanted to
back.
come back.
He's back. We're starting over. Just roll the news.
Welcome to the show. She's muted again, like she always is at the beginning.
She's still muted.
Starting over.
Roll the news.
Said no.
Blaming Bonely
No.
for it, I think. Oh, Kitty muted her.
Wow.
She's pointing at Bonely,
No, I
though.
didn't.
Oh yeah, no.
She's not. You're not muted. You're not
So
muted
I
on
think
our end,
I-
so
I
you're
can
muted
see
on
the
your
back
end.
end,
I can
and
see Zay.
Kitty has actually been keeping her out of the chat here.
Okay, what about now?
Or Zay has been trying.
There
to
you
get
go.
in here.
Now you
Oh.
unmuted me. You
Okay, it was a
unmuted me.
weird, it was a weird
on.
thing. You had to turn off and turn back on.
It's on.
It
I
was
see how you
classic.
do me. I
It's
see
a
how you do me.
So, is this
I
goodbye
think we should
20 out
go.
of 8?
No,
No,
I
I
don't.
think we're
should
at
go for
15. I
another
think we're
hour.
at
Let's
15,
go.
maybe 16.
I don't think.
No,
it's
we
someone
gotta
else
start
starting
all
over.
over.
I will die.
Guys.
You don't have. Yo,
We have two
Let's
viewers
start
that
the
missed
after
us.
show,
We gotta
Kitty.
start it all over again.
This is the official after show. Everybody
By the
that
way-
should take off. They should take off. We should do the after show right now.
Join
Start it up.
the VR
But-
guild.
We already do the after show. Anyway.
Please join us.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Or
nice.
fuckyoukitty.com.
Hey,
Either
Budo.
one.
Fuck you, kitty.com.
Yeah.
That also works. You can also
Kitty
do
gets
that.
so sad every time you mention that.
I go
always
to
look
that.
at Kitty's
I go
face
to the
whenever
fuck-
you
It makes
say
me
that.
especially
I just
sad
look
because
right
he
at
had to
Kitty's
create
face.
that crawler.
Those
He
those
had to
micro
type that
expressions,
crawler in
the
himself.
initial upsetness before the fix.
I go to fuckyoukitty.com daily.
Oh yeah,
What?
you do. You
She's
never
got a
know,
bookmark.
I might go
I got
the
a
other
bookmark.
direction
It's
with
my
it.
home page.
The other direction with it, and it might not be an insult.
Oh no.
Why is he sitting there like that? Is he looking down at
You know
me?
what?
Sad.
Are you looking
I'm
down
gonna,
at me?
I'm gonna start redirecting
I'm
to
sad.
.com to
sad.
fuckyoukitty.com.
Yo.
So yeah, thanks for joining us this evening. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. New thing, we're doing a pre-show, which is just the same thing as before with a different title on it.
Maybe we'll do
It
our
gives us
top-
an excuse for all the time that we spend trying to figure out how we're going to talk through the show.
I can
Now
barely
we just
get
don't
here
consider
by
that
10.
the show. It works out.
To
Yeah.
be
It did
frank,
work out. I
I
could
think that
barely
Frank
get
has a
here.
serious opinion here. and we should really be listening to him.
That's
So
true.
Frank, what do you
Frankly.
think?
Yes. No, let me be frank for a second.
So, Ms. Baker, thanks for joining at the last
She
minute.
came. No,
She
she
can hang
came
out.
here. We have to do all over again.
It's the after show now. That's why we need a definitive ending. Meta, where is
Come on
your
now.
guy that
What
waves?
else
Dude,
do
we're
you
trying
guys
to
have?
Where's your
definitively end
waving
it.
man, Meta? Where's your waving man?
What else do you
Wacky
guys have?
waving inflatable arm flailing man?
It's
Nothing.
been 2 weeks for this thing that was so easy to do.
Man.
I could do this so easy.
I posted the video. I posted the
It-
clip.
It's not here.
Yeah, I
Wait,
deleted
wait.
it. I didn't. I wasn't satisfied with it.
We can all be the waiting man. Then.
We had this conversation, bro. Like, it's the
So,
commit. Figure out a way
thank
to
you everyone for
definitively
showing
end
up
the show.
tonight. Thank you guys for showing up and hanging out with us. And as usual, all you guys here on the screen with me, love you guys. Even you,
Hold on.
Sumodo.
Aw, thanks.
That's not what you said to me in a
Well,
private
So-
chat.
my weekly.
So we're gonna take a full 1 minute break, and we'll be back for the after show.
There we go. See?
This is the end of our stream. If you enjoyed our stream, be sure to follow us on Twitch for new content every Wednesday. And don't forget, you can catch up on previous episodes over on our YouTube page. While you're there, don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you for watching. Hope to see you next week.